celebrated South African saxophonist Don Vino Prince is joining me in studio. He is doing his very first one-man show at the Baxter called From Elsies to the World. Hello.
How are you, Jennifer?
Good, how are you?
I'm cool, thanks for having me though.
Thank you for coming in. Now, From Elsies to the World, you were telling me before we started filming the show that you're from a small suburb called Elsies. Tell us why it was important for you to bring your home now to your one-man show.
Well, I grew up in a very gangster-oriented area called Elsies River. And it's a little area in Elsies River called Epping Forest. And that's where I grew up, you know. That's where everything started for me as a musician. And I first started playing the banjo. I don't know if you know the paniki, you know, for the coons and that stuff. You know, I played that instrument first, and then went on to trumpet, and then saxophone. So over the years, I went through a lot of experiences, you know, negative, positive, you know, and I just thought maybe it's time to tell my story, you know, tell the whole world about Elsies River.
Now, what are you telling us about Elsies River in the show?
Yeah, look, Elsies River is a place where quote unquote people say it's a bad area, you know, it's known for its gangsterism, but I'm here to kind of tell you there is positive that can come out of Elsies River. I mean, look at me, and there's a lot of other guys who also comes from Elsies River. You know, Solly Philande, he's also from Elsies River, you know, yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of positive people that come from that area, you know. Elsies River has produced a lot of good people.
Now tell us about your musical journey. You said you started off playing, was the banjo?
The banjo,
yeah. Yeah, you started off playing the banjo, then you went to the trumpet, now you're playing the saxophone.
Yeah.
How did your journey start?
Well, in the Christmas choirs, I heard a guy called, not in the Christmas choirs, I heard a guy called Robert Jensen play saxophone. And that's the first time I fell in love with the sound of the saxophone, you know. This guy could play a lot of genres like jazz, he could play pop, he could play all the kind of music that I've been listening to over the years. And he inspired me so much to kind of pick up this instrument and started playing, you know. So he was the guy who inspired me, and I went on to playing in gospel bands, some jazz bands, and my dream was always to play with Jonathan Butler, right? And just like a year ago, it came through for me, you know, I played with Jonathan Butler in Kenya, in Nigeria, and we toured Cape Town and Johannesburg. So that was, yeah, one of my highlights.
Tell me, your dream was to play with Jonathan Butler, and you just said you played with him more than once. What is it like to have that dream come true? Geez, you must be so proud of yourself.
You know, I've always been visualizing it for since I was a little boy.
They say if you visualize it, it will happen.
Exactly, exactly. So I've always been seeing it in my head, you know, how I would play on these big stages with this guy. And the day it came through, I almost cried, you know. I was so emotional when I saw this whole picture play in front of me, you know. So yeah, it was an emotional time for me.
Yeah.